Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Yesterday, Capcom released the character creator for Dragon's Dogma 2, and it is absolutely incredible. The amount of options in here are staggering, so I felt like it was worth making a video to walk through some of the options. Now, this character creator does not allow you to actually go into the game. There is no gameplay, but it does allow you to create 5 Arisens, which is the main character that you play as, and then 5 Pawns, which is the main party member that you get, and it's one that you create yourself. And then when the game comes out, you'll be able to transfer your Arisen into Dragon's Dogma 2. I'm not sure yet whether or not it's going to allow you to have multiple characters. For those of you who play Dragon's Dogma, you know you could only have one character. And so if you try to create a new one, it would force you to overwrite the original one. Hopefully, since we have 5 slots to create Arisens, that means we're going to have maybe 5 slots to have characters in Dragon's Dogma 2 as well, so we can have multiple runs at the same time. Now, once I got into character creation and saw some of the amazing options, and even more importantly, saw the amazing skin in the game. Black skin looks incredible, and even more importantly, wrinkled skin. Old people look amazing in this game. It's really, really easy to create someone who looks like a hardened warrior, who's seen it all and done it all. And so once I realized that, I quickly decided that my pawn was going to be the equalizer, Denzel Washington. And then I also decided for my live stream of the game, I want my vocation to be trickster. And therefore, my main Arisen is going to be Mr. Glass, Samuel Jackson, someone who's known for not directly fighting anybody, but instead using his mind and his words in order to trick people into doing things that they really don't want to do, and is oftentimes to their detriment. I think that's perfect for a trickster playthrough. And so combining Samuel Jackson and Denzel Washington together, I think is going to be an absolute blast. And that's what I decided to use my live stream last night to do. I also set up Aladdin, who's going to be a thief, and then Raja, who will serve as my warrior pawn. And so I'll show some footage of both me creating Mr. Glass, so you see some of the human options, and Raja, so you get an idea of what Beastren is capable as well. So when you go into character creation, first it's going to ask, do you want to create an Arisen or a pawn? The character creation options for the most part are the same across both. The major difference is with pawns, you get a lot better voice options because they actually do speak dialogue, whereas your Arisen never speaks. They just do a bunch of grunts during combat. Now, once you've chosen which one you're going to create, the next step is choosing a body type. So obviously you got the big, huge bruisers all the way down to the little short people. And of course, even after choosing this, you'll get a bunch of different options to play around with height, weight, and things of that nature. So it's not a big deal. Next up, you choose your base head. And this is where the game provides you with some general options to help you nail down what type of head and look you're trying to get. So there's 3 layers of customization here. You'll choose the regular face, and then it'll add on a few more options, and then it'll also add on some different hairstyles as well. Again, you're not locked into any of this stuff, so you could play around with what makes sense to you, but don't get too hung up on it, because once you finish selecting these, that's when character creation really, really opens up and the world is your oyster. So the first section is body, and as soon as you open it up, you'll see it's not like 1 or 2 sliders. There are multiple levels to how you can customize your character for every section that you see. It's just staggering what you're able to do. And it starts with just some options for your general body, but then it gets much more granular. So with upper body, you can decide how long do you want the reach to be? How muscular do you want the arms to be? So I made Mr. Glass someone who had a little bit more muscles in the upper body, but was completely weak in his lower body. And the game really allows you to do that. Just really, really fantastic stuff. They have a wealth of hairstyle options. And for those of you who are wondering, yes, absolutely. They have have some really nice hairstyles that are centered around black people. Of course, they do have the Killmonger cut, but they've got some other really cool options as well. Unfortunately, I don't see the big, huge afro, which is obviously what I would want for Mr. Glass. So the hairstyle I chose is kind of more Dragon Ball Z than what kind of fits with him, but it was as close as I could get to what I would expect with his face, so I went ahead and rocked with it. Once you choose your hair and face styles, you'll also have the option of changing the hair color, and there are two layers of customization here. You can change the root and you can change the tip. I love when games allow you to do that. It gives you so much more flexibility in deciding how you want the hair to look. So even though I kind of wish I had more of an afro, because there's so much control over how it looks overall from a color standpoint, and I was really able to get those great tips in there. At the end of the day, I am happy with this, and I feel like I'm getting what I want out of it. You can also add a sheen to the hair, and you can position the sheen in different parts of your hair in order to help make it really pop the way you want it to. Absolutely fantastic, really cool stuff. Now, I found it was actually useful once I got through with all the hair options to circle back to the head options, because with all of these things added on, it just makes the heads look a lot different. And so the game does have the ability for you to keep on the customization options you've added thus far, and then just change the different faces to see how it looks with that particular face. And I think it's absolutely great. I couldn't get someone who looked quite like Samuel Jackson, but still, I got someone who looked really cool. And so, yeah, I think this character creator is absolutely fantastic. The only area where I felt like it was a little bit lacking is with the eyes. And that's probably because I still go back to Baldur's Gate 3's character creator, which I think is the closest to this as far as providing the player with a lot of customization options. In Baldur's Gate 3, it was super easy to get the eyes the exact color that you wanted, and they looked fantastic. In Dragon's Dogma 2, even though it says you have 3 layers of customization when it comes to the eyes, I still really wasn't able to get the kind of eyes that I wanted. It was hard to make it seem like a particular color was just dominating my eyes overall. And so it's cool, it's interesting what you could do, but it's the one place where I think I would have preferred a little more simplicity, that you could just click yellow and the eyes are yellow, you know, instead of adding those extra options and extra layers of complication. They also let you put tattoos and scars on your character, and you can do it separately on each part of their body. So the arms, the front, and both of the legs, you can put on scars or tattoos. Some of the options are really cool, and there's a lot of customization even regarding the scars, as far as how fresh they look, how large they are. You can give a sheen on the scars as well, which almost makes it look like they're fresh and that the skin is still trying to heal. And like you put Vaseline on it to keep it moisturized while the skin is healing. It's just really cool stuff. You could put dirt all over your character so that they look like an ashen warrior or a mummy, or put blood all over them. Like, there's just a wealth of options available here. And then once you have selected all of those, you get to your vocation. So at first, you can only select fighter, archer, mage, or thief. In Dragon's Dogma 1, I believe you reached level 10 and then you were able to move into another vocation. Not sure if it's going to work the same way here, but obviously there are a bunch more options that your Arisen will be able to choose, such as Magic Archer or Wayfarer, etc. And then after you selected your vocation, you can select your voice. Again, for your Arisen, the options are just not going to be all that great. It's basically just a bunch of grunts anyway. And then finally, you can select your name and moniker. Your name could be whatever you want, as long as it fits in the small amount of letters that they're able to give you. I wanted to have the equalizer and couldn't do that. They wouldn't fit the space equalizer. So I just had to name my character Equalizer, but Mr. Glass fit in there just fine. And then you also have to choose a moniker. So players have the option of enabling parental controls. And if they have that enabled, then those people will only see your moniker instead of your actual name. In case, of course, people name themselves something crazy. So unfortunately, it didn't have Glass or Mr. available as a moniker. So I think I ended up just picking Sam, short for Samuel L. Jackson. But there are a wealth of options. So hopefully you'll be able to find something that fits for you. And then when it comes to Beastren character customization, it works very, very similarly. Some of the differences are you get more customization options when it comes to the fur because you can have stripes or spots or things of that nature, and you can customize the look and color of that. You can also customize the look and color of your claws and teeth. You can make them black if you wanted to. Really, really cool. And honestly, when I think about being able to customize the claws, get that fur nice and orange and black, and then add blood all over him, gave me strong Sabretooth vibes. So I was thinking about, man, maybe I could do like a Sabretooth and Wolverine run at some point in the game. I think that would be awesome. And that's it. That is all the information that I have regarding character creation. Again, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really impressed with what they have here. It's gotta be one of, if not the best character creators I've ever experienced in a game. I think Capcom made a absolutely fantastic move releasing this early, because there'll definitely be people who weren't really thinking about Dragon's Dogma 2, but they'll try this out just because it's free, and then I'm like, all right, I definitely need to be able to take this character for a spin. I've spent all this time on it. Let me go ahead and see how it is in action. So all the way around, I think this is a good move, and I'm definitely on board the hype train. I'll be covering this game. So if there's more content you want to see about it, let me know down in the comments what you would like to know, and I'll definitely try to make videos that keep you all informed. Hope you all enjoyed this video. Take care.